Hello, everyone. Oh my God, we have got to talk about what's going on here with Applied Digital, SoFi. These are key moments. The drama in the market is going to do well for you. Now, everyone that was option trading, I'm sure you had a terrible Friday, and I apologize, but this is why it's so important to have some backup emergency, get into the market cash. So let's go right into that, the drama, what happened here, and yeah, here we go. So what happened was Friday, later in the day, Trump tweeted, hey, us, China, tariff problem. We're going to tariff them 100%. Mark went, what? We don't like that. Felt it. We've been here. We've seen this episode. It's one of our favorite episodes, but we've seen it. Now, times that this has happened in the past, now obviously this was a huge drop, but times that this has happened in the past, this has done well for investors that are understanding and willing to wait and get aggressive with these numbers in the market. So even after hours, Trump tweeted again, and he said something a little more positive to clean it up for whatever reason. And after hours, like at 6, 7 o'clock that night on Friday, the market even came back. Millions of dollars were shifted back in the market again. Topsy-turvy here. This is what we're dealing with. But so this is the situation of, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I bought a ton of SoFi Friday afternoon. Even when I made that video yesterday, I had already bought some, and then when it fell apart more, I bought more because I was like, this is easy. So with that, obviously Monday, Tuesday, we're back in the market. I don't know how long it's going to take for the dust to settle. Who knows how long this is going to go on? I would highly expect that the market will come back next week, showing strength of coming back, but I think it could be later in the week unless this just somehow gets cleared up, which I don't know how, because it takes forever for these two parties to talk and come to communication. And two, it is happening, it's not happening. Even at this point, I cannot tell you. I can't get a clarification. Trump and Jean Powell are supposed to talk, they're supposed to communicate. I don't know. So with that, this is kind of the drama in the market, but drama can be good and drama can do very well for you in the market. And this is one of those key opportunities. Friends, I hope you're well. What's going on? Let's talk about Applied Digital. Oh my God. So Applied Digital released one of their quarterlies. They do quarterlies a little different, but they just released the newest one here, and it was huge. It was, oh my goodness. So if Applied Digital has been running hot, and obviously they just released their biggest quarterly too. So this stock has went from, at the beginning of this year went from, $5, $6, $7. And even then I was like, you should probably look at this. Then it went to 15. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Then it went to like 16, 17. I was like, this is crazy. And then I was like, okay, 20, and I'm calling it. Then it went to 25, 30. Now this week, Friday, even with Trump, tweeting stuff, this thing ran almost to $40. And Applied Digital here just released almost a $65 million quarterly. Holy crap. This is the future. This is the future right now. These data centers are the future. Network, data, all this kind of stuff. I'm not even trying to make like a statement. I'm just telling you, this is what the future is. This is the mutation in the market happening right before you. And that's why people are buying up this stock. Imagine this company. And two, what's so interesting about this, Applied Digital has been building onto their plant, their land, what they've been doing, and obviously, locking up partnerships, big aggressive ones. But two, money for the last 2 years essentially has been just completely just like getting more aggressive. Now last year really aggressive, this year completely aggressive, but this year, which was so interesting, the last two quarterlies did not hit earnings. They did not hit expectation, but they still were very high compared to what we've seen. So people are still like on the fence, like, Now they just released this newest one here, and it is insanely big, the biggest quarterly they've ever released. So I think probably what we're going to see here, and obviously this is hard to say because I am very much in this mindset, no matter if there is a burst of this AI bubble that everyone's talking about, which it totally is a bubble. Obviously, anything with the word AI in it is blowing up right now, even stocks that have no business going to certain prices. Applied Digital here is definitely in this moment of, I don't know what the new sell down will be because there's so much hype. It's doing so well now. It's almost like this little Palantir situation where it's very futuristic. We think it has a huge pillar, to stand on here going into whatever's coming with the market. And it could survive a market crash because not only has it found a place with investors, but it's coming out with very aggressive quarterlies. And two, it's the mutation of the market right now. What we're watching right now, we're watching the market shift. This new plane right now is showing itself with the market. So, last year chips, this year security, software, and chips too. Obviously, chips are always going to be there, and all this is going to be there. But now you're seeing like the second layer that was there that wasn't really talked about or kind of talked down about is now shifting up here, and it's data centers, it's robotics, it's quantum computing stocks. This is what is grabbing the attention with investors right now with the stock market. And two, when Applied Digital, now coming out with these very aggressive quarterlies, I'm not going to be the one to tell you like, oh, it's going back down to $15-20. This is such a new, this is new. We haven't had data centers like this that are doing so well, new to the market, very much in this tech world of the stock market, and just like where we are in society, show this much aggressive behavior this early, in their life. So I would like to say, where I have it green here, that Applied Digital could fall back down to a 24. 18 possible, but I don't even know that there's so much money and so much expectation wrapped up in this right now. It's really interesting. When stocks run this high, like my attitude with it shifts. Now I go like, I wonder what the new bottom's going to be for it. Like I want to see like how much, negative news it can take, not that there's negative news, but like just, people taking profit. This is almost a $40 stock now. This is almost a $40 stock. 2 weeks ago, this was at $30, and I was like, whoa. It was like $27, $30, and I was like, I don't know about this, guys. This is very high. I was expecting this quarterly to be good, somewhere in like $45 to $50 million range, but this is insane. This is crazy. So I'm just here as a fan watching what is going on with this company. They are actively still building, growing 100%. So yeah, just people that, it's one of us that, obviously have done what I'm sitting here holding the stock, and I'm just like, what do we do at this point? Now they're releasing great quarterlies once again. So just congratulations to everyone. That's what a ride. This might be one of the best stocks I've ever called, and it was completely unexpected that this was going to do so well. I knew this was going to do well, but I was like 20, 22 at the most, 25 on a really hot day in the market. But I am completely, you take profit, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm just saying like, whoa, this is crazy. And I'm, stock price is one thing, but how aggressive the quarterlies have become here is, if that keeps up, that is going to really speed up, the process of the share price remaining kind of the level where it's at right now, a high 20, mid $30 range. But, if we see these next quarterlies over this time span here come out that are anywhere in the $60, $70 million range, this is crazy. All right. So SoFi, like I said, I think I told you, but, I bought a bunch of SoFi here at the end of the day. I bought it twice, but the first big push down, I bought it, and then it pushed down even more. I bought more. And what I'm going to do with this SoFi, I'm probably going to hold it until the end of October, and then I'm going to see where we're at. But the fact that SoFi sold off, I looked at this, I was shaking. I was so excited that this was going on. And that, if you're wondering like why would you be happy that the market sold off, obviously I get there's people that had a bad Friday. I get that. And I'm sorry, especially people that were doing some option tradings, for calls and saying things were going to keep moving up here because Friday was going good for a lot of things here. There was a lot of stocks that were doing well, SoFi being one of them. And then we just had the tweet started, and that's how we ended our week here. But I am highly. I think that SoFi is going to keep doing what SoFi's been doing. It's this is what happened Friday is not really a good situation of saying this is what the market's going to stay at. We've been here. We've done this before. SoFi has got a lot of big things coming up here. We've got quarterlies. The next day we've got rate cuts potentially happen, and all in the middle of that right there, who knows where this mess is going to be, the latest drama in the market with tariff talk, but two, that's going to be right in the middle of quarterlies being released with a lot of companies. So I would highly expect trick-or-treating week here that the market will be doing very well, I would imagine. So in that, I am excited about where SoFi is going. Everything that I've said about SoFi, I still stand on that ground. I think that this stock is, I think the company in general is just, it's unbelievable how well this company is doing. If somebody is coming to you and saying like, hey, can you show me what a positive, good company looks like that I should be involved in? What are the key signs? What are the things to look for something like that? SoFi is one of those companies, 100%. Every time I have someone come to me personally and say like, hey man, I really want to get involved with something that's cheap and that over time, long term, it's going to do really well. SoFi is always like that company that I immediately, for the past years that I've showed people to, where I've went like, SoFi. They keep shocking their balance sheet of quarterlies. They keep shocking us with how many customers are getting, and they're getting young customers. Which is so good for what is coming in the future for investors, because those people will stay with SoFi. They will grow money with SoFi, and that is what's so encouraging as you hold SoFi stock. So, yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. Palantir and SoFi are two of the stocks in the market right now that I am so excited to see where we're going to be 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. I think they're just going to be revolutionary for, technology in general. What more technology is SoFi going to bring to the banking system? And that's really what's setting it apart. Palantir, I'm not even going to talk about Palantir, but just, what's going on over there. So it's exciting. This is exciting stuff right now. And it's about to get really interesting. I love drama in the market. Drama is good in the market. It's really good in the market because it can make you a ton of money. That's really what it can do. Friends, I hope all of you have a fantastic day wherever you're at, and I will talk to you here very soon. Bye, everyone.